So I think that artist in an ivory tower is a very toxic concept. They expect artists to not have any influence and not want to make a living and just have to be locked alone in a room with their own thoughts and emotions and just brooding into their art. And that is kind of true, but also that's very unfair. You don't ask that of any other professions. You don't want your accountant depressed and locked in a room and like not trying to make a living. It's just unfair. And I think what we're talking about here is the concept I'm thinking about is that I'm alluding to is community. Every artist needs to have community. So whether that community is a community of like-minded artists that you're creating with, that you're creating a healthy competition with to kind of raise your bar as a creative person, as a musician or as a writer or a painter or a filmmaker, you need to build an army of allies that are willing to be honest with you, but also go to bat for you, fight alongside you, but also, be honest with you, not just tell you what you want to hear, but also they're not going to try to just fight you for fighting you's sake. You need an ally in a war against art. And that's a good way to think about it. You don't want to fight these kind of battles alone. And I like to think of art as an analogy for life. That's all art is life. So, you can create art, or you don't create life. You just kind of move through the moments of life. And I think you kind of move through the moments of art in a similar way. And we need to kind of find a balance in our lives, and you need to find a balance in your creativity. And I think part of it is using all the tools at our disposal as both a human and as an artist. And one of the most effective tools at finding yourself and finding your direction is through community. My mom once said to me, if you don't have people around to get mad at, then you only get mad at yourself. And I think it's kind of a funny way to put that, but she's right in a way. And you don't want to lock yourself in a room and just get angry at yourself. The process of learning to be a better artist by borrowing from your community is something along the lines of creating a piece of art, music, writing, film, sharing it with someone you trust, someone you don't trust, someone you love, someone you don't love, but an ally in your life, an ally in this creative outlet. And then they look at your piece of art and they give you some feedback, and it hurts. Even if they're as nice as they can about it, they're going to say, hey, I like this. Maybe you could change this, or I don't like this. And you're going to get a little bit angry. You're going to go home and you're going to be like, what do they know? And then over time, that input will settle with you and take what you will or leave what you will behind, but you'll move forward. You'll move forward and you'll grow by borrowing from the community. And it works the same way as a person outside of art. Sometimes you do things or you say things, and someone around you will say, hey, I think you kind of crossed a line there. Or maybe, oh, there's a better way to communicate that. Or if somebody knows you well, they'll say, I can hear what you're saying, but I know you well enough to know what you're trying to say. And maybe they critique your actions as a human being. And you have that same pang, that same energy of negativity. Like, well, why is this person critiquing me? But whether you take it or you don't take it later, those critiques start to build who you are. They start to build who you are as an artist, and they start to build who you are as a person. Like, you are what you eat. You are the people you surround yourself with, because those little creative criticisms help guide you in a direction as an artist and as a human being. And I think if you lock yourself in a room without any input from other artists and other human beings, you are you're kind of limiting your creative process to reinventing the wheel every single time you create a piece of art. If you have a nice community that you've curated of artists, of family members, of friends, of lovers, or whatever it is that you can trust and share your work with, you can more quickly find who you are as a person, find who you are as an artist. But you have to curate the community actively, to kind of really reap the benefits of that tool as an artist. If you find yourself locked in a room for days on end creating by yourself without input from other humans, I think you could be limiting yourself. There are many great ways to sharpen yourself as a human being, as an artist, by curating a community. So I'd encourage you to actively take your life as an artist seriously and seek out like-minded artists, seek out family members and friends who you trust, and share your work with them regularly. Have that sharing as a kind of accountability, so they start to look forward to seeing your work, and you start to look forward to getting the critiques that they share with you. And over time, you'll become a better artist and also a better person. Art is life, and life is art. Well, if you haven't heard it today, I love you. I'm proud of you. You're becoming a better artist and a better person every day. Keep that shit up. And don't forget that because you're an artist, you have a superpower. You can take negative feelings and turn them into positive feelings. And don't forget that. You are a superhero. So if you have conflict in your life, whether it's with school or with work or with your friends or your family or any kind of community, don't take it out on the community. Don't take it out on your friends. Don't take it out of your family. Don't take it out on yourself. Don't take it out on yourself. Don't take it out on yourself. Take it out on art. Take all that negativity that you have, ball it up, and do your superpower. Take that negativity and paint a picture about it. Write a story about it. Write a song about it. Direct a film about it. And then when you're done, you're going to put all that energy, negative, you can put positive energy into your work. Just take all the day, all the week, all the month, all the years that you've been dealing with, and express that through your art. Take it out on art. See you next time.